Hey, it's Kristyglass here, and I found the youngest knitter in LA. I did. It's you.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Lindsay.
And you are the daughter of Marcy
Yes.
of Make One here in Laverne, California. Did I get that right? Laverne?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me when you learned to knit, because you're 15 now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started knitting when I was 8.
So you went to the knit class with your mom, and why did you go? Just mom and daughter bonding?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on knitting at the time. I was just bored, and so I just went with my mom, and then I ended up watching her, and I was like, oh, I want to try that.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing it, and I liked it, and yeah. And I'm
So
still knitting.
when you're 8, all you can make is like a holey scarf. I mean, was that the case for you, or did you just really nail it right away?
I nailed it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Do you remember what your first project was?
That little owl?
I have a picture of it.
You do? Oh.
I think I made like a little owl, like a little stuffed owl.
So you could make a 3D object with your first...
Yes, you'd
Yeah.
use DPNs.
That's Mom, the Peanut Gallery. You used DPNs for your first project?
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who wants to learn to knit, but they feel like bored about a scarf or something like that? Would you just tell them to knit what they want?
Yeah. And pick a fun color they like.
Yeah, because isn't that motivational?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you're like, well, why am I knitting something I don't want to knit? Right?
Yeah.
And what about, did you knit with wool or indie dyed wool, or like talk about that color you chose?
Yeah, it was rainbow yarn because I was little at the time. And it was like yarn from like Michael's because I didn't really know about yarn brands then. But yeah.
Yeah. And so when you had your eyes open to wool or other fibers, I mean, did it have an effect on you? Like, how old were you when you realized, oh, this is wool, this is not wool?
Yeah, I would say like I started noticing the difference like right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did you graduate up to wool right away? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now talk about your first like big project, like sweater or a shawl or something. Like, how old were you when you tackled that?
Maybe like a year later.
Really?
Yeah.
Age 9.
Yeah.
And so what, do you remember what it was?
I don't know.
Do you knit all the time, or just kind of like when you feel like it?
When I can. Not as much anymore just because I'm busy. But yeah, I was like a big knitter like growing up.
And did you and your mom do it at the same time, like quite often, like at night or whatever?
Yeah. We would always do it together.
Okay, so when did the dyeing start? Because this is her yarn right here. When did the dyeing start?
I started dyeing a year ago.
Okay, and what prompted you to want to dye?
So I've always loved like pinks and like just neon colors, and I don't know, I just wanted to like have my own like specific yarn and have like control of what colors I got to do, and so yeah.
How did you even know that this was something you could do? Was it just because your mom's in the yarn shop business?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, well, I can do that. So how did you get set up with your first batch? What was the process like?
Yeah.
Did you go to mom or?
Yeah, so I asked my mom for help, and she like helped me research everything, and then we decided to just try it, and it ended up working out.
Yeah. So you just dye like when you have time and when you feel like it. You don't have like a specific schedule about it or anything.
No, just when I can.
And so like, for example, these, how many skeins is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 14 times 3. Come on. What's 14 times 3? Let's go. Like 40.
Yeah.
So there's 40 skeins here. So how long would it take you to get this stock to 40 skeins? Like,
I would say it takes me like about an hour to do like maybe 5 or 6. Because I do each one individually.
you do? Each one's a one of a kind?
Yeah, they're all one of a kinds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with teenagers. They do that, just one. Do you think that you could maybe make 3 at a time?
Yeah, I've done that before. Because I do like custom orders for some people. And so they'll want like one or like a few of like the same color.
So that they can make a whole sweater or something. Which, by the way, this sweater is done with your yarn. What base is this? The fingering weight?
Yeah.
That's all you have, right? And well, it looks like there's some sparkle in there too, which I'll show you close up in a minute.
Yes.
But tell me about this sweater that I'm wearing.
Okay, so this was a collab I did with Born and Raised.
Do you notice how she said collab? That's so teenager. That was good. I like that. Collab, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Born and Raised X sprinkled fibers. No, sprinkled fibers, right? You say the X.
Yeah.
Collab. Okay, so you gave her this yarn,
Mm-hmm.
and then she
3
returned
skeins.
it. 3 skeins.
Yeah, and then she made that pattern,
What's it called?
sprinkled by Lindsay.
Oh, sprinkled by Lindsay.
Sprinkled Lindsay.
Oh,
Sprinkled Lindsay. Yeah. So
I
it's
knew that.
so it's a mashup of your brand and your name.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it. Have you knit this?
No, not yet.
Oh, you need to knit. Do you knit with your own yarn then?
Yeah.
Because you said that's why you wanted to start, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so now when you decide to start a project, it starts with the yarn for you.
Yeah. So now I can like pick whatever I want, and I get to make it.
Mm-hmm. What's on your needles right now?
Right now I'm making this little tank top.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so you dyed the yarn for it?
Mm-hmm.
And will it just be one skein? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And what color is it?
It's pink.
Mm-hmm. So neons are your favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
If you could only choose one color to knit with for the rest, or dye for the rest of your life.
Pink.
Yeah, me too. I just love pink too. So now, do you bring your knitting on set? Because you were saying that you do a lot of modeling.
Yeah. Not
you
a lot.
You don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
Maybe in the makeup
My
chair.
mom does though.
Oh, because she comes to set with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
she
a
knits
perfect
the whole
set
time.
mom activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you do it when you're getting your hair? Probably your hair. No, you can't do it while you're getting your hair done.
Maybe.
Maybe. Makeup's a little trickier because you have to
Mhm.
like look and like pay attention a little more.
She might be too busy snapping and stuff like that.
Oh, Snapchatting. I get it. But there is sometimes waiting involved on set. Like you're waiting for them to light it
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you're just too busy snapping. I get it. Okay. All right. Do you have to travel a lot for work, like on the plane?
Yeah. So I don't travel as much just because I'm still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we just went to New York this summer, and
Did you
that
know?
was fun.
Did you knit on the plane?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Because you can't snap on the plane unless you pay for the Wi-Fi.
I know. It was hard.
What is your favorite app? Do you like TikTok?
No, I don't have TikTok, but I like Instagram and Snap.
Okay. Just want to like stay relevant and up on the times. And what's your favorite subject in school? Because I heard you get straight A's.
Yes, I would say I'm best at math, although I don't really enjoy it.
Now, is there math involved with dyeing yarn?
Yeah, because you have to measure out, the water, the vinegar, the dyes.
Mm-hmm. But it's more chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm taking that next year.
Yeah. Yeah. So, long term, do you see yourself being in the fiber business?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's just like a hobby for now.
Yeah, hobby.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Is there one specific one like that you would maybe say is your favorite right now that we could just show?
Yeah.
This is a good one.
And then I like this color too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let's get these.
Yeah. Yes, I love a good sparkle. Yeah, this is good. Well, thank you so much I forced her to do it. Let's be honest. She's like, wait, what now? But thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
And I know you're going to be inspiration to a lot of young girls out there, and I think it's really important that the younger generation is talking about the fiber arts. So you probably think this is not really that cool, but I think it's really important that you take this minute to say, look, I can be a great student, a great daughter, a model. I can teach knitting classes, which you didn't talk about that. Talk about that really quick. So you do it on like Saturdays or during the summer, or?
Yeah, during the summer or on the weekends when I'm free.
And you teach all ages?
All ages.
And so what is the best thing a student could do?
Honestly, anything.
Yeah.
I mean, once they learn, they can really do anything.
Yeah. And do you find that you have to explain it differently to different people or adjust?
Yeah, definitely. Like different people pick it up different ways.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
And you've just figured out all the different ways to word something or show something? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You like doing that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good part-time job, like as a teenager.
It's fun.
Love it. Okay. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.